Hello everyone, my name is Duke and the course is Hospitality 441 Leadership, and today I'm going to interview professionally about leadership 10 questions. Okay, professionally, good morning.
Morning.
And what is the one characteristic that you believe every leader should possess?
I think that empathy is definitely something that a leader needs to possess.
Okay.
In order to lead, you need to understand what others are going through.
Okay. And name a person that have a significantly impact on you as a leader and as a hospitality faculty, and maybe someone who has a mentor to use, and explain how and why this person influenced your life in general.
Sure. So there's two people. Both of them are chefs.
Okay.
I was a chef for about almost 20 years.
Okay.
So my career started with that in mind.
Okay.
So the first person would be somebody in the industry, which is Rick Bayless. I've interned at his restaurant. I've been lucky enough to work with him in different times throughout my career. And I believe that he is somebody that is definitely a leader of the industry in many aspects. He's a leader when it comes to how he does business. He's a leader in trends. He's a leader in sustainability in the Chicago market.
Okay.
And he's also just a leader in general when it comes to our restaurant industry.
Awesome.
Oh, go ahead.
Okay. So, what is the most crucial decision that you make as a leader of organizations, the most significant decisions that you make?
Some of the decisions that I make?
Yeah.
So a lot of decisions have to do, well, there's two parts. There's the business aspect, which is more about how the business is going to run, how the school will run, and how we all play a role in that. So there's decisions based on more business decisions,
Okay.
and then there's the human aspect. And the human aspect is more about how do we interact with others.
Okay.
And I think that having a balance between that is good leadership.
Awesome. And how do you encourage and urge others in the organization to understand about the core values in the organizations?
What was the first part? How do I?
How you encourage?
How do I encourage others
Yeah.
to understand core values?
Yeah, exactly.
I think a lot of it is just relating to others. It's not really having to define the core values, but it's more about having the connection and the relationship with others.
Okay.
And once you have that, then you start to see how you can share the values there.
Good. Describe a challenge or a difficulty to deal with, and explain how this challenge or difficulties consolidates you as a leader and the hospitality professor.
Sure. Leading, a lot of it is making some difficult decisions, and those are always hard to make, but sometimes you need to make them for your business. And it's not always what everybody wants to hear.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it affects other people in their lives and how they function. So I think those are the most difficult decisions when you see that should that person be trained and developed, or is it that person needs to, it's not a good fit. So really finding out what can be done from that, and I think those are some of the difficult decisions. And then also stepping back sometimes and just doing what's right.
Okay. And what is one mistake that you know a leader making more frequently than others?
I think one of the things I see mostly with individuals that maybe they're perceived as leaders, but they just have higher positions. So are they really a leader, or are they just in a higher authority position? I think a lot of times I feel that there's not a time where there's a reflection. We tend to go pretty quickly with our decisions and do not see the reflection or the repercussion for that. So sometimes just waiting to make a decision is a good idea, to just kind of hold back and see what can come of it with the employees and the people that you're working with.
And name the most lacking trait or personality amongst the leader today, nowadays.
The lacking trait?
Yeah.
Something that they don't have?
Yeah, something they don't have, they don't possess.
For some of the leaders that we have today?
Yeah.
I think professionalism.
Professionalism?
Is definitely, it's kind of blurred right now. The lines are not really sure where we stand because of social media and because of the informality that we have now. We text each other and we email each other, and then when we actually have to have difficult conversations, that's lacking right now in professionalism.
Okay. What a good idea and a good answer. And the next one, give one's advice that you would give to a new employee go to the leadership position for the very first time.
Oh.
Very most useful advice that you're gonna give to the new employee going to the positions.
Absolutely, I would say to don't be afraid to make decisions, but also make sure that you understand the overall picture, because leaders. There's a difference between a manager and somebody who can lead. A leader is somebody who's going to see that overall impact and the risks that are involved.
Yes.
A manager might just make that decision because they think it's the right decision. So it's really kind of make sure you understand that overall impact, short-term, long-term, how it's going to be, and make those decisions that way. Don't be afraid to make decisions.
Okay.
Really think about the overall.
Okay. So so the last question is that as a faculty members and the refreshers, do you remember or know any meaningful quote or a quote?
A code?
Yeah.
Like a code of honor type?
Yeah.
Okay.
Code of honor or a proverb, like a meaningful one to give, like
Sure.
as a leader.
Yeah.
Some of the leaders' famous quote to let others know about this?
Sure.
Yeah.
I think you hear a lot throughout history when it comes to the golden rule.
Okay, the golden rule.
It's such a simple thing, but you really do hear it quite often about treat others how you would want to be treated, and I think that's not say that that's a core, but you see it throughout.
Okay.
And it can be translated in many different languages into many different proverbs. So I think that's something that you really hear and see a lot of.
Okay.
Because it's true, right?
Okay. Okay. Thank you, Professor Liz, for your time and your effort.
You're welcome.
Thank you, awesome.
Thank you.